Timmy just finished watching yet another clickbait YouTube video. He's so excited that he can't wait to start his new YouTube channel. Timmy spends all day creating and implementing all the tips he's learned, and finally, he clicks the upload button and uploads his first video. Timmy is so excited to escape the matrix and print money with his brand new business. He wakes up the next day, opens his phone, and 5 views. Is this you? Because if it is, then
congratulations.
You've clicked on the right video. If I were to start a YouTube channel in 2024, then I would follow this exact step-by-step blueprint that will teach you every single aspect there is to content creation, how to grow and monetize an account from scratch to rack up thousands of subscribers. Without further ado, let's begin. First section of the YouTube blueprint, and this is what I like to call the niche navigator, winning before you've even started. This section will cover 3 major steps. Number 1, purpose. Before you start any business, you must ask yourself, what is the purpose of my business, or in this case, my YouTube channel? What is the value, the problem in which you are solving? For example, Iman Ghazi's channel provides insight into his own journey as an entrepreneur and helps those who want to learn how to start their own online business, aka SMMA. My channel's purpose is to help people like you find success in the digital content space, mainly YouTube and how to make money online. For credibility, this is my second account that I've gotten to 1,000 subscribers, and I have worked with big creators within the YouTube space. So maybe your videos are just providing entertainment, but the question is, how are you doing that better than the biggest YouTubers in that same niche? And speaking about niches, let's dive into step number 2, picking the right vehicle. If you mess up here, you've already lost the battle and you're headed for destruction. When picking a niche, you must analyze 3 very important aspects: RPM, which is basically the money potential, competition, which is the success or risk level, and 3, your own interests. Let me guide you step by step. Stage 1, how much money can you make? This includes the money you will receive per 1,000 views, but it's much more than that. Who your target audience is and if there's an audience for it. YouTubers don't just make money with AdSense revenue, they sell product, affiliate programs, and so much more. I will discuss this later in the blueprint. Some of the highest paying niches as of 2024 are as follows: finance or anything related to money, educational content, technology, fitness or health, lifestyle, and much more. Video games can be decent, but it is much harder. Only the top creators will make good money, but take this with a grain of salt. You need to do your own research. Furthermore, analyzing the competition is key. If you are interested in making Minecraft building tutorials, then you are competing with multiple channels much better than you, with millions of subscribers and a whole team for production. This is why the niche is the deciding factor of a successful YouTube channel, because unless you have a plan to beat the champions, you'll be invisible like most people. So the solution is this: don't compete. Find a different battle in which you can win to start building momentum, and I will explain how you can do this in detail later in this video, so don't go anywhere or else you miss out on so much value. Finally, are you actually interested in what you're talking about? If you don't like making videos about a specific topic, then you will most likely give up and it'll be 10 times harder to continue. You need to make content about things you're interested in and actually enjoy. The reason I mark this as number 3 is because sometimes following your passion can lead to your personal destruction. Because here's the truth: no matter what, there will be something that you do not like doing, and down the road, you aren't going to be as excited or motivated like you are now. You still must pick the right vehicle, which is why you also need to write down all your strengths. What are you good at? If you have a specific skill like video editing or content creation, you could make videos about it. That is exactly what I am doing. Step number 3 is just to get started. Make your first video on the most simple idea. It could be a terrible video, but just do something to break that barrier, that fear of getting started. My first ever video that I made back in 2021 got a staggering 8 views, and it was a Call of Duty montage of the worst highlights you could ever have watched. Yet I still went and made that video.
We do not care.
All that overthinking will get you nowhere. Don't worry about what people will think. Everyone is too busy with their own lives anyways. Trust me, nobody cares. You can also keep the channel a secret and tell no one. So actionable step number 1, pause this video, grab a notebook, and start writing down your strengths, interests, and the money potential from the niches you would like to get into. I have the ability to come on this platform and be brutally honest. No YouTube video is going to do this for you. You have to make that choice. You have to do the research. Once you've completed this, come back to this video. For those who are still watching,
congratulations.
You are now ahead of 50% of the competition. Now on to the second section of the YouTube blueprint, and this is what I like to call search and twist, being different in the YouTube space. This section will cover 2 minor/major steps. Now that you've picked your niche, you know what you want to make videos about. You are going to start the most important step of the creation process: in-depth research. And here's how you come up with viral video ideas. There are 2 strategies that I love using. The first method is just by analyzing my competitors and seeing what is currently blowing up in my niche. For example, to come up with this video idea, this came up in my recommendations, and even though the title isn't much different, I knew I could add more value and stand out through my unique editing style. For example, if you watch his video, he gives out amazing tips, but I knew I could make it better by adding my own touch. So I did 3 things. I went more in depth on aspects he lightly covered, and I created this easy blueprint for beginners to follow. Finally, I tried to make learning as fun as possible by going absolutely ham on the editing of this project. Instead of just talking to the camera, I wanted to bring the video to life and make it satisfying to watch. When people watch this, they will remember mine because it's different. There aren't many creators doing this, and considering it's 2024, I figured this would be a great idea for anyone wanting to start a YouTube channel. The strategy that I just mentioned is what I like to call pizza slicing. I can guarantee you almost every creator you watch has copied something from someone else but added their own creative touch. For example, my hook was inspired by Hamza. Watch the first 30 seconds of his video and you will see how I came up with my own intro and added my own unique twist. Now let me help you visualize it. Imagine that this pizza contains information, but in each slice, the source of this information is different. For example, you might have been inspired by Enit Wealth, so you took a specific aspect from him, let's say his thumbnails, and then you took another aspect from Iman Godzi. You copied his way of storytelling. Next, you found a unique editing style by taking 3 different YouTubers and combining their style into one. Finally, you watched 5 to 8 different videos about a similar topic and just took bits of each video to make your own full blueprint. That is strategy number 1. The second method is using AI, specifically vidIQ. This tool has access to your channel data unlike other AI tools and can give you ideas fully relating to your niche. This tool is also how you're going to do search engine optimization, or in other words, keyword research. Now that you've gotten your brilliant idea and answered the most important question, we need to check the competition, and we need to know how many people are searching for this topic. All you have to do is write down terms that are similar to your idea or just the video title and you will know everything. But just because the competition may be high, it doesn't necessarily mean that it won't perform. This is just telling you the chances of someone finding your video by search. But this can still blow up, especially if the idea is amazing and you do everything else correctly. Third section of the YouTube blueprint, and this is what I like to call scripted mastery, laying the foundations. This section will cover 3 major steps. Now that we have our idea, we must create the script. We need to learn storytelling and how to come up with engaging titles. Storytelling, in simple words, involves structuring information in a way that creates a narrative, making it more engaging and memorable. Usually, it follows a typical structure with a beginning, middle, and end. It introduces a problem or situation, and by the end, you should have given the full solution. I am doing it in this video. By creating this formula that you can follow, I am giving you the step-by-step guide on creating your own channel and starting your content creation journey. In the beginning of this video, I started with a relatable story that triggers a memory and followed it up by getting straight to the point and not wasting the viewer's time. This technique also built emotional connection because it was relatable, and I was once in your position. Listen, there is more to storytelling, and I recommend you subscribe if you want to learn more. I can't possibly show you everything in this video. So next, let's talk about the video title. Your title is usually the second thing a person sees when scrolling on YouTube. The thumbnail catches the eye, but the title is just as important. Take a look at these 2 videos. One is standing near 1 million views, while the other has hardly 20,000 views. Here's a fact. These 2 videos are both about vidIQ and how you can use it to get more views on YouTube. Yet this one performed much better. So why is that? It's all in the title. When you look at this instantly makes you curious. Every single person who has a new YouTube channel will want to know what this guy is talking about. On the other hand, anyone who doesn't know what vidIQ is will probably continue scrolling, so it makes total sense why this got less views. One video is mysterious, it builds curiosity and triggers a sense of urgency. The other one seems like a regular boring educational video, just like the rest. Okay, so we understand the importance of the title, but what about the thumbnail? I am not a professional thumbnail designer myself, but here are some tips if you're just starting out. You can start by using Canva or Photopea, which are excellent Photoshop alternatives. When making a thumbnail, don't repeat the title. Turn the title into an image that relates to the idea and builds more curiosity. Take a look at this video on my channel. It's about my journey to 1,000 subscribers with only 5 uploads. The thumbnail is vibrant and stands out, and there isn't too much text. On top of this, you have an idea of what the video is about before even reading the title. That is why they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Everything that I've mentioned will be linked to free courses and guides on how to improve that skill, so make sure to join the community Discord below. Fourth section of the YouTube blueprint, and this is what I like to call content mastery, improving your skill set. This section will cover 2 major factors. So you have your script, but now the real work begins. Audio quality is probably the most important part in the video editing process. I can tolerate a video with bad visuals, but if the audio quality is bad, there's no way anyone is watching your video for longer than 10 seconds. It's just painful for the viewer, so if you want to take YouTube seriously, invest in a good mic. I've left suggestions including the one I use. There will be one for each price point depending on your budget in the description below. Now onto the video editing. If you're watching this, you might not have Premiere Pro or After Effects, which is why you need to start with a free software like DaVinci. This is exactly what I did 3 years ago. I didn't even start editing like this until very recently, so here's what you have to understand when it comes to editing your video. Make sure to cut up any dead space, stutters, and really spend time refining your footage to only have what is important. People's attention span is only becoming worse, and you need to stimulate the viewer with constant changes in direction, PNG pop-ups, animations, and so much more. Now, video editing is probably the hardest skill of becoming a YouTuber, which is why you need to shift your mindset. YouTube is not a sprint, it's a marathon. If you're looking to make money fast, then I suggest you stop watching. This isn't for you. I know how difficult this can be, which is why I'm giving out a free preset pack to get you started, and if you're wondering where you can get affordable stock footage, then check the first link in the description. Do not subscribe to all these websites because honestly, you are overpaying. What I have for you will save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in the long term. I use After Effects for my animations, and yes, it takes a lot of time to learn, but this is a high income skill that will yield you a much greater return in the long run. Since we are making faceless content, you will have to spend most of your time editing because no one wants to look at a black screen for 10 minutes, or even a still moving picture with text. Don't do this or else your graph will look something like this, and trust me, the algorithm doesn't really like that. Join my Discord below if you want to become the best editor in 2024. And just as a side note, I worked a part-time job for 2 years while balancing school, and I still managed to do all of this. If you have no money, then you need to figure a way how to get it, because it's very hard to start any business without it. You need a good setup if you want to edit like this, and money to spend on these softwares. But don't think of it as an expense. Think of it as an investment because you will not regret this decision. Fifth section of the YouTube blueprint, and this is what I like to call the power of the 1% upgrade. I mentioned this in my last video and I will mention it again. It is from a book I read a while back, Atomic Habits, which states that if you can get 1% better each day for 1 year, you'll end up 37 times better by the time you're done. Now, why do you think I've told you this? Most YouTubers will never reveal the full blueprint. You will keep this information so you can buy their course. Listen to me very carefully. Don't buy into the "you just have to stay consistent" or "work hard to succeed" BS. If you are consistently bad, then you will never get anywhere, and working hard doesn't guarantee success. If it did, most people would be millionaires. However, that is not the case. You need to be consistent, but I don't mean posting frequency. I mean consistent in everything you do. Consistent in the type of content you produce, the branding of your channel, the fonts, the editing style. This is how you differentiate yourself from the pack. Don't just be consistent at uploading. Be consistent in improving each day. If you get better at creating videos by 1%, you could become as good as me in less than a year. I'm not even kidding. I've learned this editing style in just 4 months, and you can do it too. The last aspect of this section is time management. YouTube takes time, and I was once in your position. 0 subscribers, barely any views, and a crazy schedule. But I promise you, it's not impossible. Productivity expert and author Peter Bregman once stated that if you spend 18 minutes a day on a particular skill, you would have become better than 95% of people at that particular thing. So here's an actionable step that you can take right now. I want you to start scheduling your days. I use my notes app on my phone, but you can use anything. If you find that you have free time, dedicate all of it to learning one skill and start uploading 1 video minimum per week. And they don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be like mine. If you can just improve each video by 1 aspect each week, the difference will be significant, and over time you'll start to notice it. I'm saying this because I want you to be inspired and I want you to take action towards changing your life with YouTube. The final section of the YouTube blueprint, and this is what I like to call monetization mastery, knowing your worth on YouTube. This section will cover 2 important aspects: money and time. The best thing about YouTube is how many ways to make money. You have affiliate programs, AdSense, sponsors, digital products, in some cases your own services. For example, I provide video editing services if anyone is interested and has the budget. And I say this because in the recent few years, YouTubers are no longer YouTubers anymore. They're businesses, and you have to start viewing it that way. For example, look at KSI, Logan Paul, and Mr. Beast. They make YouTube videos, yet they make most of their money from their own businesses, and they have multiple income streams. Secondly, let's talk about outsourcing. At the beginning, I don't recommend it because you should spend the first year or 2 learning those valuable skills like editing, script writing, designing, and everything that comes with the job, because you'll get an understanding of creating content as a whole. This would help you hire someone in the future because you'll know exactly what to look for. However, knowing when to outsource is crucial because I 100% recommend it in the future, especially as your channel grows. The first thing you need to outsource is a thumbnail designer, which is really affordable if you work with the right people. I spend on average $60 to $100 per month for my thumbnails, and they are 10 times better than what I can do alone. This is worth it because they result in more views for my channel, time saved, and more money. Furthermore, having a team allows for faster growth since more content is produced in a short period of time. So now you must decide, what is important to you and what do you have more of? Is it time or money? If you're just starting out, spend some time, but remember that time doesn't come back. Once it's gone, which is why you can't waste time this year. If you are serious, then start today. So that was a lot of information. On the screen, I will show everything I covered in this video, and in the description, I will leave helpful resources that you can use. Before you click off this video, let me leave you with this final statement. As you begin your YouTube journey, make sure that you enjoy it. If you're not enjoying the game, then congratulations.
You played yourself.
Subscribe if you want to be a part of this new growing community, and let's do this together. I hope to see you inside.